Here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ready?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And sometimes all your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Randy Gregory coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And some room to work. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Brian Johnson now for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
back to Mixon on second down.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
On 1, ready?
First down. Here's Burrow. He'll find his tight end here, Asiasi. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 1, ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
And a stop made by Cam Taylor-Britt. The Lions at 2-3 here to begin the new season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's got some space here. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Mayfield to throw it.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. A good pickup there at 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Off the option, here's Williams.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Williams is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On second and goal, Mayfield rolling to his right. And in for the Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
On 2.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Burrow looking to pass.
That's caught over the middle by Asiasi.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. For that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go.
From the 44,
Burrow. Open man is Asiasi, the tight end.
and it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
Guns. Shot.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
picked up by Jamal Adams. And the Lions are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Following the interception, Mayfield.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Johnson for the extra point try.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. They'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animating.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
A lot of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow.
That's complete right side to Asiasi.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go.
From midfield now, Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, trying to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 more yards there and another first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Mayfield on first down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Mayfield off the play fake. He's airing it out for Williams. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 for a Bengals TD.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Evan McPherson going to kick off for Cincinnati.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
McKenzie now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Mayfield now on second down. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throw left side complete. That's McKenzie. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down.
Complete to Isaiah McKenzie. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 37-yard line.
Now Baker going to keep this himself.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one, but occasionally the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly, maybe someone tipped it off, but on that play, it had no chance.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Mayfield looks to throw.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away.
And Johnson's kick is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise but there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To the air again, Burrow.
This goes out wide from Mixon. He's going to pick up the first down and then some.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon,
28 yards.
and the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game. Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you got a problem on your hands.
The defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. McKenzie now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
They're on 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield on play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
Well, the offense has moved the ball pretty well on this drive, but now the defense are bowing their neck up a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, not only are they bowing it up, but I think they took a little bit of a gamble there because on 2nd down, they sent people after him and got him, and that puts them in a pretty good spot now to bring up a 3rd and long.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw, Mayfield. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 5 there as the safety blitz winds up paying off.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
And Johnson's kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to start one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
All right, ready?
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. This one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that, because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though
he's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker.
And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Taylor running the option left.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll run it here with Huntley.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They go again with Huntley.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third, here's an option play right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bengals take over first and 10.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. And now here's another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.